So there's a lot of talk about 5G. 5G is the new mobile standard, and as per the hype, you should be going out and buying a 5G phone right this instant. Except, well, I'm not convinced that you should. Oh, and before I start, this has got nothing to do with 5G health concerns because they're nonsense. Read up on the science, people. It's not the type of radiation that actually invades your body. Once you understand that, it's actually pretty plain sailing with 5G. You've really got very little to worry about there. 5G networks promise plenty of speed, plenty of access, super low latency. And right now, the only 5G phones you can buy are premium models, like the Oppo Reno 5G, the LG V50 ThinQ, the Samsung Galaxy S10 5G, or the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus 5G. That's a heck of a name there. And they're all premium flagship phones, and they all have some really pretty good reasons to buy them as flagship phones if what you want is that flagship phone experience. If you want really good cameras, in some cases really good battery life, lovely screens, nice design, all of that stuff is there. That's absolutely true. But 5G alone, not so much. There's really two key reasons why I think 2019 is not the year to jump into buying a 5G phone. First of all, there's the networks. Now, here in Australia, Telstra is live with 5G for mobile. Optus will be live within a month or so with its own 5G, but not with a ton of coverage. There's a reasonable odds that an awful lot of the time you will be on 4G, not 5G. Now, that will improve, but it's still super early days in 5G networks generally. The speed is getting there. They don't have the full network access that they need to deliver the kind of 2 gig plus speeds we were promised with 5G. But the applications for consumers really aren't there yet either. We will get there. I do think we'll get there. You could make the same argument with 4G. There weren't really the apps when 4G launched to use 4G. These days, would I advise anyone to buy a non-4G phone? No, absolutely buy a 4G phone. But 5G isn't quite there yet. And this brings us to the second bigger problem, and that's the price premium. And the price premium specifically that putting 5G into a handset seems to hit. And the example I can bring up here is the Galaxy Note 10 Plus 5G. Now, this is actually the 4G model of the phone, to be clear. But if it was the 5G model, you wouldn't be able to tell. It looks exactly the same. The specifications are identical, save for extra storage, which you could bump up really cheaply with a microSD card anyway, so it's kind of irrelevant, and 5G. And there's a $300 price difference. It's exactly the same price difference as on the Oppo 5G phone. And there, it's exactly the same phone. You don't even get extra storage. So a 5G modem in a phone is going to set you back around, or the best part, of $300 Australian. And the best argument that people put forward for this right now is, oh, well, you're future-proofing because you're getting this device now and it will be ready for the 5G networks of the future. Now, that's not untrue. If you buy a 5G phone now and it lasts you a good number of years, yes, it'll hook into 5G networks in the future. But there's a problem with that because you're paying that right now for access to a network and for a modem, which is only going to become cheaper. Within the next couple of years, phone manufacturers are not going to want to stick with just producing premium phones. They will produce mid-range phones, maybe even budget 5G phones, and you can't add a $300 modem to a phone that only costs a couple of $100. It just doesn't make sense. The economics suggest that we will see cheaper 5G modems in phones. And what that means is within the lifespan of a phone that you buy in 2019, so for example, the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, great phone. I've reviewed it. In fact, I've reviewed all the existing 5G phones. I'll put links into those in the comments below. But for the Note 10 5G, if you bought that today or bought the 4G phone today, well, the reality is within the 2 to 3 year lifespan, most people change their phones around in that kind of time span, you're going to see those phones get much, much better and the cost of the 5G modem come much, much down. What do you think? Are you keen to jump into 5G phones? Let me know in the comments below and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.